everyone. Hope you're having a nice weekend. Thanks for everyone who's joining in today, and thanks for everyone who's joined in the last couple of weeks, and I hope you've enjoyed it. So today I'm going to be illustrating. Hi to everyone. Today I'm going to be illustrating a unicorn and a giraffe. So I put those up yesterday. I'm going to actually just, one thing I want to say before I start, a couple of people have asked me if you can purchase the painting of the unicorn or the giraffe or some about the rocket as well. That's no problem at all. So just send me a message, the direct message, or email me, and I'll let you know the details how you can get those paintings. So I think we'll just get started. Hi to everyone. Also, let me know where everyone's saying hello from. And I hope you enjoy today's session as well. Again, if there's any issues and you can't see anything, just send a message and I'll try to fix that during the tutorial. So I'll just switch the view so everyone can see now. Just 1 second. Oh. Hi, we're connected. So hi in Mayo and Sligo and Newbridge, and hi to Lauren in Screen, and Evie and Luke in Westport, and Durban in South Africa. Brilliant, super. So I'll just put that. So if you have your pencils ready, I think we'll start. And hi in County Waterford as well, and hi to Holly and Lauren in guitar, and in Bray and Meath. Brilliant. Super. So I'm going to get started, and I'm going to start with the giraffe first, and then we'll move on to the unicorn. Okay. So the first step, as usual, I'm just going to put that a little bit higher the page so everyone can see. I'll give just an idea where the giraffe is going to be standing. Okay, so hi to Emily and Abby and Claire and Sheena and Trim. Okay, so the first step for the giraffe is it's a little bit like the egg shape, but you don't connect it initially. So I just do it lightly first. So once I have that part done, I'm going to start and do 2 like leaf shapes for his ears on both sides. I'm going to do 1 line in here. So now for everyone who's just joining, we have the oval egg shape down here, and then 2 leaf shapes on the 2 lines. Now for on the top of the giraffe's head, I'm going to do 2 small circles up here. Okay. And then I'm going to do 2 triangles. So 2 very small, very narrow triangles up the top, joining up to those circles and coming down to about the level of the ear. And then I'm going to join this for the top of his head, join that all together. Okay. So the next thing for, move the page in, so can everyone see with that? The next thing I'm going to do is come down here about the length that you're going to do the neck, and just do a light circle here. Okay. So can everyone see the top now that I've pulled it down? If you give me a thumbs up, just to make sure. Hopefully everyone can see that now. Hi to Stella and Lucy. Okay, great, thumbs up now. Super. So, and if you have any issues again, just let me know. So I just want to make sure everyone sees every step. So I've done a circle now, and then I'm going to bring 2 lines from this point of below the giraffe's head. I'm going to bring it diagonally up here and join it lightly. And then the lines are slightly diagonal, so it gets thicker as it goes down, but not much. And then I'm just going to define these while everyone gets to each step. Great. And then I'm going to define this circle as well. But I'm not going to define the bottom yet because I have to put the legs in. Okay. So the next step is I'm going to bring down, and maybe I'll actually just a little higher the camera, so maybe it's easier then for people to see. Oh, sorry. Okay. So I'm going to bring another diagonal line down here. And it's like a triangle coming down, and I'll finish that off with a curved line. I'm going to do the exact same over here for his other front leg. So I'm just going to define those lines. Now I'm just going to do a line similar to this one, just a little bit up, just to give the idea of the giraffes. Now for the back legs, because the giraffe is facing forward, you can't see much of them, but I just want to give the idea that they're there. So I'll use the same, I'll just come out a little bit from this diagonal line, come from right here, and I'll bring it right down. So this should be parallel all the time, but I'll end it a little bit higher. I'm actually do the exact same here. Bring another line and here, and I'm just going to define these. And then for the line for the hoof, I'm going to, because this line's a bit higher, this one will also be a bit higher than this one, so I use that as a guide. So I bring it a little bit up here and here. And because the back legs won't be standing on the same level of ground, I'll just do a light line here just to give the idea of where the giraffe is standing there. Okay, so the next thing is his face. I'll just do 2 oval eyes, keep it simple, and then I'm going to do a curved line over here. You can do it lightly just so you're happy with it. Actually define these ones a bit more around his face. And just someone asking, am I putting this up on YouTube? Yep, I'm putting it on YouTube later today. And hi to the Carries and hi to Lucy. So what paper I use, I'll actually get the brand, but it's watercolor paper, and I will put up the brand later. So I'm going to do 2 curved lines here as well. Just that it's like an egg shape, but I don't finish it off. Okay, perfect. Now because I have the legs in now, I can define the circle that was there to give the guide for his body. Make sure everyone can see that. the final part before I paint it, I'm just going to do some rectangles to give the pattern of the giraffe. So I'm doing it as if the rest of the rectangle would curve around. So I'll do one here. And they can be different sizes. Do some on his neck. And on his legs. And I'll just do some on his cheek up here. And his head here. Hi to Connor, Mary and Joan. My YouTube channel is it's called Rachel Darby, but I'll put a link up in case you can't find it. I think someone asked what time I'll be putting it up. I'll have it up sometime this afternoon. So the first colour I'm going to get is yellow. Okay. Just going to mix it up because I'm using my watercolour paints. So I'm just mixing it up with some water. But you can use any paints or any colours. So I'm going to colour all the area around the rectangles. So you have to be a little bit careful. Hi to Bobby and Lily. Can't wait to see your pictures after. Hi to May. So I'm just going, I'm using actually a thin brush, so to go around each rectangle. Hi to Aaron and Katie and Shawnee. Thank you, Stella. So I'm covering the back leg. I'm not painting the hoof area either. So I'll colour both the legs. And then the last bit for the yellow paint is, just need a little bit more paint on my paintbrush. Hi to Kevin and Limerick. Hi to Emily and Charlie. And these narrow triangles, I'm also going to paint those, but not the circles on top. Now I think I need a bit more yellow paint to make this a bit more vibrant. Okay, so the next colour I'm going to get is a light brown, like a reddy kind of brown. But even if you have an orange works well as well. So I'm going to paint these rectangles that kind of reddy brown colour. But as I was saying, an orange actually works nice as well. So hi to Olach in London as well. And hi to Una and Clara and Ella and Meath. So we just colour each rectangle with that colour there. And I'm actually going to colour those two circles. Oh, over here. A little bit of a mess there. Here's them. And on his legs. I'm just rushing through this. And I'm just going to get one more colour. So hi to Rory, Josh and Harry joining for the first time. Hope you're enjoying today. Hi to Ellie. Hi to Ellie in Limerick. Super. So I'm going to get like a lighter yellow or a tan colour. And I'm just going to colour the last few bits. Hi to Maven, Karen, Scaries. Hope everyone is enjoying today. So I'm going to just colour it with like you can use a different shade of yellow. I'm just going to use like a tan colour to colour in the puffs and this area around the giraffe's nose and then the ears. So that's the whole giraffe coloured. So now I can start shading. So I'm going to imagine, like I usually do, that the light is coming from this way. So when the light is coming from this way, all the opposite sides, I'm going to do some shading. So hi to Ava and to Quillan. Okay, so I'm using my black watercolor paint, but when I mix it with water, I can make it like a light grey. So just for people who are using pencils, you can actually do some shading with some pencils. So the light's coming from here, so I'm going to do this side of the giraffe's face. I'm going to do this side of his ear and this side of his neck. Down here, this side of his body. Let's curve it round. Let's get some more paint. And I'm going to do this side of each leg. I'm actually going to shade most of the legs at the back because they're in the background. And then using the same colour, paint on here. Oh, hi to Quillan and Darren. So I'm going to do a little bit of shading around the ground where I had the giraffe standing, and then I'm also going to do a little bit on where I drew a line for the ground on the back feet. Now I'm going to make my paint a little bit darker. I'm just going to do another, I'm not going to bring it all the way out, but I'll just do a little bit. And I'll go around the edges with a darker colour around the areas I initially shaded. So I won't bring it out as much, but I'll just use the darker colour around the edges of that. And his face. And I'm going to do 2 little bits for the nose there. Okay, so the giraffe is almost done. The only thing I'm going to add, now usually when I'm painting I would be able to let the watercolours dry, so I hope this doesn't smudge too much, but I just want to show you the step that I would do. So I'm going to get some peachy, like a peachy colour, pinky peachy colour, and just do some rosy cheeks. So I'm going to do them right here and here. That one is, because I did some shading with some black paint there, it's kind of running a little bit, but it's okay. I'm going to get some really dark paint, I'm going to use not much water at all with my watercolour, and if you have a black crayon or colouring pencil, I'm just going to do this to make his eyes pop a little. And there we go. So that's the giraffe. I can't wait to see your pictures of your giraffes. And I think if you have a new sheet of paper or room, I think we'll move on to the unicorn. Super. Okay, so I'm just going to get my pencil again. Hi to Tina and John. Okay, so actually the steps for the unicorn are very similar to the giraffe, but it just doesn't have the long neck and the proportions are slightly different. So first step I'm going to do is, a line here where the unicorn is standing. And then I'm going to do the same type of egg shape that I don't finish off as the giraffe, but it's going to be bigger this time. So I'm going to do it lightly. And like the giraffe, I won't bring it all the way around initially because I still have to do the ears and the unicorn's horn and its mane. And hi to Tori. I know it was meant to be your communion day, but hopefully you're enjoying today and hopefully you'll get to have a lovely communion day soon. Okay, so I have that oval shape like I did with the giraffe, and I'm going to put the ears in again. Okay, so the ears are they're the exact same actually as the giraffe, 2 leaf shapes either side. So I hope everyone can see this. Hi to Kerry and Kerry. And I'm going to do the line here as well. Just one line. You don't even have to connect that line. It's like a floating line almost. Okay, so I can define this area now. Bring it a bit darker just when everyone catches up to each step. Here, right up to the ear. Okay, so the next thing is the unicorn's horn. Okay, so I'm going to come up to about here. Okay, and I'm going to draw a very faint line just to guide me to make sure I'm drawing the lines in a straight line. Okay, so I know you probably can't see that much on the camera, but if you just do a faint line. Okay, so initially for the horn, so I'm going to just do a little curved point up here, and then I'm going to bring a curved line here, and then I'm going to repeat that line, but I'm going to bring it out a step almost each time, because the horn is like kind of like a cone shape. It's going out, it's getting thicker. So I think that's enough, and then I'll join them up. And then to finish on the opposite side, I'm going to do the curve, not exactly matching up, just a bit lower each time, and bring it to there. Now I don't have to tidy up the bottom because that's where the unicorn's mane is going to be. So I'll just show you some lines. You can actually do this with colour, but I'm just going to do some messy lines. It's got a messy fringe and a messy mane. We'll colour that in rainbow colours later. And a few more. Okay, so like the giraffe, we're going to do a circle for the body. But this time we don't need the big long neck. So actually, I'm going to do it really faintly. The circle of the body is actually going to go here. So I'll do it lightly, and I'll only define the bits around where the face is actually. Sorry. I'm going to leave that faint while I do the legs in, and the legs are the same as the giraffe, so they're triangles. Well, this is the way I draw them anyway. I don't think giraffes really have triangle feet, but just for this illustration. So I bring a line diagonally down here, the opposite way. I like to curve the lines off a little, and then a line a little bit higher, the same curve to make the whole tooth. I'm actually going to join that in a circle up there. And do the exact same right beside it. So 2 diagonal lines. Join them with a curve. And here. Okay, so I'll just actually never join the top of the leg here. And I'm going to do the back legs as well. So like the giraffe, I'm just going to, you can't see all of the back legs, you can just see a little bit of a feint. So I bring it down here, and I'll join a little higher. So I don't bring it all the way up because it's coming from the back of the body. Go. Right to Marianne. And back here. The exact same thing. And the line for the hoof as well, I just bring it a little bit higher as well. So as I have the line for the ground here, the back legs are standing on a different part of the ground. So I'm going to put them back here, a little line to show that. Okay, so now that I have the face and the legs, I can define the rest of the body. So any lines where there is nothing in its way is what I'm going to define. Okay, perfect. So I'm also going to do, you can actually use the faded line of the circle as a guide if you'd like, but I'm going to do, it won't exactly join up here, but a little bit higher. And join, just for the unicorns, the area where the unicorn's nose is. And then I'm going to do the same, just a line here to define what the unicorn's kind of nose is. Okay, so the last step with your pencil is just to do two eyes, two oval eyes. Actually, I forgot one step with the pencil. I'm going to give the idea that you can see some of the unicorn's tail. So imagine it's at the back and it's swooshing to one side. We'll just do a little bit of here. We'll define it more with some colour. But we'll just bring it down here, and if it's coming to the back here, just do some lines of here, so we know where to paint. But we won't see all of it. Okay, perfect. So now if you get your colours ready, I'm going to start painting. So I'm using my watercolour paints as I was saying earlier, but any paints you have or any crayons or colours will do. So the first colour I'm going to get, if everyone gets a pink ready. So I'm just going to mix up some white and red paint to make my pink. So just get some more water in my brush. Okay, so with the pink paint, I'm going to start off initially and I'm going to paint the unicorns. I had a bit of too much paint on my paintbrush there, so I just wipe some off. I'm going to paint these hooves here. I'm actually going to use a smaller brush so I keep it nice and neat. And then the little area of the back hoof that you can see. I'm going to use the same pink colour and I'm going to paint the unicorn's horn. So colour all in between those lines. Now while you still have that pink, I'm also going to do a little bit inside the unicorn's ears. So in between where you've drawn that curved line and then right to the edge. And the last thing for the moment that I'm using that pink paint for is I'm just going to colour the unicorn's, this area. The unicorn's nose. You can have a bit of fun when painting the unicorn because they can be any colours. So the next step is I'm going to do like a rainbow mane for the unicorn. So I'm going to get a really vibrant blue initially. I'm just getting some paint here. Thanks to everyone. Hope everyone's enjoying today. Hi to Alison in Bristol. Okay, so I've just got some really vibrant blue now, and I'm going to do just one part of the unicorn's mane. So I'm just doing this part. I'm doing loads of little strokes, as if you're painting each piece of hair. So I'm going to bring it up, some of it's spiking up as well. So there you go. I'm actually going to do a little bit, because he's got a rainbow tail as well. I'll do a few hairs down here. Okay, so the next colour I'm going to get is, I'm not actually going to use that pink again as the next colour. To Marianne, yeah, I'm going to save this video and put it on YouTube, and then I will put a link up later. And hi to Tom in Dublin. So I'm just going to do the same here with the pink. It's slightly darker, this pink. I'm just going to do each hair again. And hi to Alva and Mayo. So the next colour I'm going to get is some yellow. So a nice bright yellow. So this is actually the longest part of the unicorn, but it's kind of fun to do this bit, doing the rainbow hair. So I'm going to do lots of spikes. Don't worry if you overlap. Just imagine that the unicorn's hair is overlapping too, so don't worry if your colours overlap. So do some yellow here. Actually, I forgot to do some pink down at the tail, but I'll do some yellow. Okay. So I'm going to get some green now. The brighter the colours, the better for this. So I'm going to do some hairs here. So the hair that coming out is for his messy fringe, and they're sticking at the top. And just get a little bit. Hi to Rachel in the Venus Park. Let's do a little bit on the tail as well. Just a few hairs, because you can't see the whole tail, but we want people to know that he has a rainbow coloured tail as well. So the last colour, which will go the opposite side of the blue, I'm going to get a nice purple. I'm not actually using much water, because I want to keep the colour of the purple quite strong. So, yeah, lots of hair here. Messy fringe. Don't mind if you go over the colour that's beside it. Just shows he's a little bit of a messy hair. I'll do some here. And I just forgot to do some pink down there earlier, so I'm just going to get a little bit of pink really quickly. And bring it here. Okay. So, actually, if you have your pencils to hand, I forgot one thing on the unicorn, which I actually like to include, just to make it a little bit more magical. I'm going to draw 3 stars on each leg. So give everyone a second to get their pencils. And I'm just going to, down here at the bottom, I'm just going to do 3 stars, because then I can colour them in and make this unicorn even. So 3 either side. So I'm going to use 3 different colours to colour them in. I'm going to paint one yellow. I'll do one yellow on this side as well. Then I think I will do one purple. And the last one I'll do is, I'll use a green, I think. For the last star. before I start the shading, I'm actually going to get each colour on the brush, and I'm going to do some splatters of colour around the horn and around its tail, as if it's glistening, okay? So this is a bit of a fun part too. I'm going to start with some yellow. Some yellow, if you have yellow, whatever colours you have. And I'm just going to be dabbing all around the area of the unicorn's horn. Just imagine that it's glittering. Create a bit more magic around it. So I hope that comes, you can see that. I'll use a bit more of a vibrant yellow so you can see. And then I'm going to do the exact same around its tail. And I'm going to get some purple. I'm going to do the same. So if it's a glittering, you can do some around his hair as well. I'm going to do some around here. Just tiny dabs. Just messy. And the last colour, you can use more colours, but I'll just do one more for now. And I'm going to use a green. Just different dots. Perfect. So I'm actually going to get my bigger brush now. And all we have to do, 2 more steps for the unicorn, and we're almost there. So I'm going to start my shading. Okay, so if everyone can see. I'm going to start my shading. So I'm using, just for people who are just joining in now, my black watercolour paint. So the amount of water I put in will determine how much of a light grey the colour will be. So I'm just making a light grey. So if you have a light grey pencil or crayon. And we'll do the same, imagining the light coming from here. We'll do each side. The side of his face. And this side of its body. Side of its ear. Like the giraffe, I'll actually shade in basically all of the back leg. And now I'm going to shade the unicorn's horn, so each side of this curve, just to give it a bit more dimension. The bottom part of each curve. The same colour down here. Bring it messy at the front, as if our unicorn is creating a shadow. Bring it straight along that line. And then make it messy out here. And I'm actually going to do a bit at the back leg as well, and shadow under here, because we'll be creating shadow under there as well. Thanks, Rachel from the Phoenix Park. So I'm actually going to make my paint a little bit darker. So it's like a 2-step shading. I like to just to give it a bit more. So we'll go around everywhere I've just done shadow and just do the edge of that. I'm even going to do some lines of shadow around the hair, because they will be creating shadows too. And here. Even I'll use a little bit down here of the darker. Now I'm going to get some really dark black paint just to his eyes. Once I do his eyes and his cheeks, just there. So I just need to get some. And I'm just going to make some peachy paint. I have some made earlier for my giraffe. Do some, give him nice rosy cheeks. So that's the unicorn and the giraffe. Just flip over. Hi to Quiva and Mel in Kilkenny. Oh, lovely to be drawing outside today. I'll flip this round. Hi. So thanks for everyone who took part today, and I hope you enjoyed today's class. And again, I'd love to see your pictures. I love when people send them in, so send them in or send me a direct message. Hope you have a lovely weekend,